I was having a conversation with my grandfather a few days ago, and somehow we got on the subject of faith. And he said that one of the best ways to utilize faith, I'm distilling this down a little bit from the story he told me, but it still has the same concept. Saying the best way to utilize faith with God, when you're going for something, whatever, is to go towards that thing as far as you possibly can until you don't know how to keep going, and he will meet you there, essentially. His story was that basically he had to go and pick up someone. This is years ago, like when you didn't have phones and whatnot, but he had to go pick up someone that was in a town probably close to an hour away. And basically, as he's pulling up to that town, he doesn't know which house to go to or who to, like anyone, but he knows the person he has to pick up. He gets into town and realizes he doesn't know how to get to this person's house. And he was like, you know what? I could drive the 45-ish minutes back home, ask his wife, or give them a call, then come back out. Or he just said, Lord, if you want me to pick up this person for dinner, you want them to eat, help me find them. So he just kind of threw that out as he's pulling up to this town. So he pulls up to a stoplight that's in the very center of this town. It's a very small town. Takes a right, goes down a road, and as he's going down the road, a car abruptly pulls out in front of him and just absolutely scares the crap out of him, essentially. And the person that got out of the car said, "Ed, is that you?" My grandpa's name is Ed, but it was a person that he knew. And he's like, hey, and they said, hey, I'm looking for XYZ. Do you know him? And he said, yeah, they're 3 houses down to the right. So it was just a really funny story where he went as far as he possibly knew. And he said, Lord, if you want me to pick up this person, show me where to go. So he just had faith about that. And he just went along his way. And he just figured, you know what? Okay, God's either going to show me or God will not. And in this case, he obviously did. And I think that is actually, it's super common for that to always happen, that God will show us the way towards whatever the thing is. It's just that we have to go as far as we possibly can, to the point where we don't know how to progress. And that's when we say, okay, I've gone as far as I can. Now what? And then the Lord will show you the next steps to take. So consider that for whatever goals or things you are aspiring towards, or if there are certain things that you're believing for and you feel like God may have placed it on your heart, or you just know for a fact you've got a strong calling towards it, which I believe those two things go exactly hand in hand. It's just another way of wording it, I believe. Have faith about it. People typically just have fear, and then they let that fear completely suppress that thing within them that they want to go achieve. They will just let the fear overrun and override any type of faith they could have potentially had, and they just don't go for it. And they're like, you know what? I don't want to get outside my comfort zone, etc. It's like, so they'll quit, right? Well, don't be the person that quits. Really take some faith, really jump out there and just say, hey, Lord, I'm going to take steps towards this. I'm going to go as far as I possibly can towards accomplishing that thing until I don't know, or as far as I can towards that destination until I have no idea where to go. Lord, I'm going to believe you're going to tell me where to go or from that point. So, I when he told me that story, it was so instantaneous in my brain that just made me say, there is something I am running from because I am in fear of not knowing the next step or not knowing how to do all of it. So I have made a point to, it was today even, where I made a point to go and do something that I didn't really know the next steps of, but I just made a point, I'm going to start doing this thing and go. So just having faith where you're really uncomfortable and you have to just push yourself and you have to really trust God and rely on God. So I think that's where he wants us to be anyway. So this video boils down to, if there's something that you are trying to go towards and you've been letting fear override it, stop it. Put fear off to the side, cast your fears onto God, cast your fears onto the Lord, go towards that thing right now. And then say, God, I'm going to believe that you will show me the way, one step at a time. I will go as far as I can. And I'm going to trust in you. Or wait, is this like a devil thing? What is it? Heaven, yeah, brother. Hope this helped.